I thought I had everything planned until one moment changed the entire direction of my life and my business. So in this video, I share the turning point that forced me to rethink my career, my leadership, and what success really means. From military discipline to building a luxury shoe brand, this experience shaped how I approach risk, resilience, and growth. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a veteran or a professional facing uncertainty, this story will show you how unexpected challenges can become your greatest advantage. Subscribe for real conversations about reinvention, leadership, and building a business from the ground up. This is something that I've done. I can't wait to talk about my 5 topics. Let's get right into it. Everyone has their story on what happened to their company and how it changed them and how it shaped them. So I'm going to talk about 5 lessons learned the hard way. Number 1, what I underestimated. And that's a long list, but I'm only going to give you a top 3. Mistakes that cost money. It's a lot of those. Loneliness of leadership, but building a village is very important. Learning to say no, I have no problem with that. I learned that as an Army officer, but I learned to do it strategically. And what does that mean? Resilience during slow periods. That was something that I definitely had to learn. No one prepares you for how personal building a company becomes. It's like my child, I failed you, I'm so sorry. And so I will pontificate on that. My first topic is what I underestimated. Above and beyond all the other mistakes that I've made in my business, in my life, is not believing in myself. You have to have an unnatural belief in yourself and your abilities. You hear about singers that then, they've been songstresses all their life, and then, they can't sing at the opera. Anytime someone tries to switch a genre, there are always people that won't believe in you and your abilities and your tenacity to get things done. And that is what I underestimated. I underestimated myself, and I'm really angry with myself because everything that I knew to be true based on research, based on instinct, based on my creativity was true. So always believe in yourself, but do the work to believe in yourself. Okay, mistakes that cost me money. That's the second topic we're going to talk about. When you're in business, there ain't no free mistakes. All your mistakes cost MF money. And then you learn from losing that money and you try to get it. Try to get that money back based on sales and revenue. The mistakes that I made that cost the most money was spending $10,000 on branding. Bogus. I could sell my company tomorrow. They can rename everything. Your product means more than that. Second thing, consultants. I'm going to give you a real life situation. Oh, Gina referred me to you from this accessories council that was a part of, and she said that you need help with building your company. I work for Swatch and I work for Movado, and I can help you with branding. And oh, by the way, I also wrote a children's book. What does that have to do with shoes? Then the woman says to me, okay, this is what I could do. You pay me $5,000 a month and I can give you 20 hours a month to work. The hell? So I immediately was insulted. I was angry, and I went to ChatGPT to help me come up with a very direct, concise no. I send her the no, and she thought I was a fool and sends me an email, says, let's talk. There's nothing to talk about. Do you know how disrespectful me giving you $60,000 a year for 20 hours a month? That's 5 hours a week. What? Of course, I didn't go for that, but just imagine. You can do anything that a consultant can do. Another way that I wasted money was not paying myself first. I have been getting paid every 2 weeks for all of my life. And now I started this business and I'm hungry. I'm making sales. I'm reinvesting the sales into the business. So what happened was I got burnout, and I was like, my body is like, what are you doing? You're not being paid. You have to pay yourself, because I am used to being rewarded by being paid. I'm used to getting bonuses by getting paid. If I didn't pay myself, my body had a muscle memory like, this is not cool. What's going on? So I have had to pay myself deliberately, regardless of what is taken away from the company. I have to pay myself because I am the CEO and founder, and I have to be financially compensated. That is how I feel about value. Third topic we're going to talk about, loneliness of leadership. Now, I'm blessed and lucky that I have had to experience this. I experienced this as a young person because I've led in my 30s and my 40s. We work together. We have the same mission. We're going in the same direction. But if you work for me, we're not friends. You have to be calculating about who you are friends with and then how you develop that friendship. You have to have other leaders, and it's usually other people that are in leadership positions. Usually you're all friends because usually you all have the same problems. You all have the same problems. So you find these people, you all complain about the same things, you use the same resources. That is how you get through loneliness of leadership. And you can even find someone on LinkedIn that is in your same zip code doing the same things that you're doing. Reach out to them and say, hey, you have 15 minutes for a coffee. And then maybe you vibe and you guys get together, and you can kind of do that every 2 weeks. And then you can learn how to use each other's resources, how you can establish a real friendship, and especially a professional friendship, which is very important because it is very lonely at the top. But you can get past it, you can get through it. My fourth topic that I'm talking about is learning to say no. I was also lucky that I had been in a leadership position most of my career. But, being an entrepreneur is a little different because if I'm saying no, I might be saying no to revenue. I might be saying no to resources. Now I'm like, if you miss a meeting with me, that's a no. If you waste my time, that's a no. This is the thing. If someone really wants to do business with you and someone really respects you, they're not going to miss your meeting. If they're late to the meeting and they say, hey, 30 minutes prior, they said, oh my God, that is okay. But someone to just totally miss the meeting that you scheduled 4 days ago, that's not, no. And then you find another resource because the other resource is not going to be late to the meeting. And they're going to respect you. They're going to respect your time. They're going to respect your project. You're going to get a great product. You have to move on. You cannot work with people that there's no respect in the situation. It has to be a situation where there is mutual respect. I learned from one of my mentors, just because I'm a small business doesn't mean that I don't deserve respect. Every business starts with the sale of one. Every one of them. I'm a founder and I am in that category. All right. So the resilience during slow times, which is a very, very interesting topic. I had a great solution for this. Applying for grants for slow periods. And that will increase your cash flow and that will keep you above board. And the second solution is planning for the next phase. And what I've learned and what I've done with my business is as long as I am having year over year growth, I am moving in the right direction. That's something that you have to think about during those slow periods, because slow periods, you're like, oh my God, should I be doing this? Should I quit the business? What should I do? Oh my God, what should I do? Stick with it. If it was easy, everyone would do it. And that's what I say. And that is the end of my 5 topics. I hope you learned something. There will be many more gems to come. This is the Norie Standard YouTube channel. Subscribe below. Send me any notes about a subject that you'd like to discuss and we can discuss it. Thanks. Have a great day.